You were supposed to unmute. Sorry. First technical difficulty, new show. What can I say? So what's up, everybody? We're back. New name, new show. In reality, I felt the name change fit a little bit better because I am a warrior of God. So that's where the name came from. Battle Tested. Also, we're on Spotify too as Battle Tested with Reverend Dan Todd. That's a little bit of a change, but not too bad. Before we get started tonight, I'm talking about mind control and exorcism and what they have in common and should they be together. I just want to mention next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, 8 p.m., we will be at the Marquis de Lafayette Hotel in Cape May, New Jersey for a public ghost hunt. Here it is right here, November 3rd to the 5th. Okay, yes, we're doing it on Sunday night too. We're going to be down there leading the ghost hunts and having fun with everybody, and I got a few laughs planned. One of them I'm going to pick up after the show tonight. But what we're going to have there is we're going to do a little bit of paranormal 101, what not to do, what not to say, what to say, what to do, stuff like that. We're also going to, with donation, you're going to get a vial of holy water. And, well, you're going to get three things with donation. You're going to get a vial of holy water, or a bottle of holy water, whatever you want to call it. You're going to get, I can't think right now, access to some of the haunted items that we have removed from cases. As you can see here, you got Annabelle on the left, this creepy doll, which I don't have a name for. And you're going to get to see some of our evidence that we've collected over the course of our investigations and stuff like that. And at the end, we're going to get everybody's email address, however my tech guy wants to do it. It's up to him. He's the tech man. I'm not a tech guy. But we're going to give you any evidence that we find, that we collect at the hotel. So you can watch it and go over it at your own pace whenever you want and stuff like that and talk about it. So, and then also, obviously, we'll be around to talk about it. We'll be there. As I said, meet and greet with me, blah, blah. You don't really have to meet me if you don't want to. It's fine. But you get all that with a donation to the New Jersey Ghost Detectives and St. Benedict's Anglican Church. So I just wanted to get that. Book your rooms now. Use code GHOST, 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 to book your room. Okay, filling up fast. There was only a few left when I spoke to the hotel the other day. So get them while they last. MarquisCapeMay.com, I think. Just Google Marquis de Lafayette Hotel, Cape May, New Jersey, and it should pop up. and then use code GHOST, GHOST. All right. So we will see you next weekend. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. All right. Let me hide that. So, couple things before I know I said before we get started. Was at Spirit Halloween the other day, getting my son his Halloween costume. Yes, he's going to be a Ghostbuster with a proton pack. And I found a couple of books that kind of disturbed me a little bit. No offense to any Wiccans, witches, whatever you are, but where I come from, you don't do that. So, and not only that, if you're something on the book. If you're buying these books from Spirit Halloween, then you obviously don't have any idea what you're doing. As I always tell everybody, if you're going to get into witchcraft, I can't tell you not to get into witchcraft. Witchcraft, whatever. It's your free will to do whatever you want, but I can tell you the dangers of it. Make sure you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing me or somebody else that is as handsome as me, and and we're going to be doing deliverance prayers, exorcisms on you. So make sure you know what you're doing when you do this stuff. Don't go to Spirit Halloween and buy a book of witchcraft. This is a Wikipedia, Wiccapedia, and it's got all kinds of stuff in here. Angels, talks about angels and witches, menagerie. Sharpen your psychic skills. I have not read it yet, so don't ask me. Don't ask me. This one is Witchcraft, a handbook of magic, spells, and potions. Listen, don't go and buy these books. Okay, I know, but spells against evil demons. It's just don't. Okay. So, do not open doorways and not take. Yes, right on, Anthony. Right on. You don't want to open those doorways because they're very hard to close, and they're a pain in the butt to close. I'm dealing with a case that I'm going to tomorrow for the last 3 weeks of Reiki, prescribed Reiki by her doctor. And she got an entity, probably demonic, mostly, I would say demonic, the way it's manifested. I kind of fought it last week, but I'll be going there now to torture it a little bit, get some info. But they are a pain in the butt to remove and close. So don't open that door. Just don't. Okay. So tonight, actually, no. Before we start, there's another thing I wanted. I commented on a comment the other day, and this was a response from somebody. Now I can only assume that this guy's a Satanist. In fact, in case you can't read it, let me pull it up and I'll read it to you. So it says, "I call it folly, priest. Plain and simple. Really. Your Christian rites are futile as you worship a bastard son of a whore nun. Your God is false and therefore powerless. There are 7 rulers on this earth, and none of them are named Yahweh, but their disciples are legion. There's no point in trying to fight them. The 7th seal is already broken as we cry havoc and let those dogs of war." And then hail Satan, a whole bunch of demons and crap. Yeah, that guy's possessed. Just my presence on that comment triggered this. But so what I did was our logo here right up in the right hand corner is I sent him that, and the comment got taken down. I don't know if he took it down or what, but the comment got taken down. So Good wins again. Remember, good will always win. Team God, Team Jesus. Remember that. All right. Enough with that. Mind control and exorcisms. So you see a lot of these televangelists and stuff, Benny Hinn, Kenneth Copeland, Bob Larson. I know I pick on Bob Larson a lot, but he's the easiest to go after because he's the one that makes it more known. So, and tonight I'm using him as well as some of the charismatic groups. But I'll get into that in a minute, later. But I recently watched a video, and it was Bob Larson exposed, something along those lines. And I never picked this up until recently. I don't know why. I don't know. I just don't. And I was always one trying to figure out why my inbox is full. I got messages on the answering machine. I got my full inbox. I got people texting me, people calling me, people messaging me on Facebook. I mean, it's saying they're possessed and this and that. And I'm trying to figure out why. Well, I think I at least figured out one reason why. It's because of mind control tactics. Bob Larson uses it all the time. Okay, and there's videos out there proving it. Dr. Phil proved it. When he was on with Dr. Phil, on Dr. Phil's show, he proved it. Okay, so tonight I'm going to show you some, and we're going to talk to. I know Tara's going to be on. She called me before, and she got roped into doing trunk or treat at her kid's school. So, by the way, happy birthday, Sage. Yeah, I'm not going to sing. I know I told your mother I was going to sing. I'm not going to sing. But anyway, happy birthday. Maybe I'll sing to you over the phone. Anyway, so before we get to that, I'm going to show you. I got to share screen here, so give me a second. Share screen. There we go. All right. So I guess I'm going to start with this. The Bible says to call out false teachers. And one of those verses, I'm not going to go through every verse, there's like a zillion of them. I'm going to go through a couple of them here. Is 2 Corinthians 11, 13 to 15. Okay, and let me go over here. And as it shows up, I'll give you the exact wording. And for such are false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles in Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself transforms himself into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministries also transform themselves into ministers of righteousness, whose end will be according to their works. That is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 13 to 15. Okay. So I believe, I'll remove that for now. I believe that Bob Larson is the false teacher. Some of the things, hello, Sarah. Some of the things that he does say is correct. Well, some of the things was just whacked. I mean, he's talking about getting demons from a potted plant. I mean, is it possible? I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. In fact, the show I was on, Horsefly Chronicles show at the beginning of on Monday night, and I admitted I was asked a question, and I said to the host, I said I can't answer it because I'm not sure. I don't know. Okay, so I ain't afraid to admit when I don't know something or when I'm wrong. But in my opinion here, mind control and Exorcism do not belong. First of all, Bob Larson um, doesn't assess for mental illness when he does a case. At least not that I've seen. Um, hang on. Um, they say that the devil can quote the Bible just as well. Yeah, he can. There are the devil being one of them. Obviously, there are hierarchies of demons that can resist certain prayers. Um, Religious objects, they're nothing's perfect. Okay, nothing is perfect. I don't know why this isn't showing up on here, but uh, you know, nothing is perfect. Okay. But the hang on, where are we at here? Why is this running so slow? God, I hate the internet. Oh, I don't hate the internet, but there it goes. Maybe. Well, I don't know if it's showing up on your guys' end, but I'll read it. The ways to really knock it off. The ways to God are simple, not as complicated as some make it out. No, you're right, Sarah. It's really not. I mean, it's really not hard. You just believe, go to confession, go to church. It'll raise your vibrations. It'll protect you. It'll be harder for a demonic entity to get to you. Uh, Let me. So just to start with, I'm going to show you this. In fact, I have to put it back up on the screen. Come here. Page. Normally I have Tara with me, but like I said, she got called away. All right, why is this not? All right, I think that's there. Can you see it? Nope, still on Bible. Maybe. All right, what page are we on? We're not on the right page. Hang on here. I guess I need to stop screen and reshare the screen. So, um, Bob Larson charges for services. Okay, where is it? This is his form here. I'm going to prove to you that he doesn't. That as far as I know, he doesn't really do much investigation when it comes to a case. I mean, I don't know if you can see this yet. Let's see. All right, there it is. All right, it's up. So basically, you fill out this form, your name, your email, and you hit submit. And then once received, our IHAD coordinator will reach out to you to schedule a preliminary Zoom meeting. I'm hoping that that's the investigation that they do. But before he does anything, I mean, you do an exorcism deliverance on somebody with a mental illness, you can cause them more damage. You can add an alter ego, and all that. So it could really harm the person. They could go out and do stupid. Because now they think they're possessed. But this one is, and I'm going to where is it? Let's see, need help. Of course, to donate, but yeah, check out his prices. He charges outrageously. We're going to get to the Bible verse in a minute, but in-person spiritual encounter for 50 minutes, $695. An in-person associate with an associate is $295. Marriage encounter is $995. I can do it cheaper. I can do a couple $100, $200 if you want. And that was the wife.
Delivery.
Okay, dear.
Love you.
For a virtual encounter for 50 minutes is $395. An associate is $195, and you get my point. Full day and half day intervention. Contact to arrange. I guarantee you're looking over at least $2,000 for that one. So this is okay. So don't mind the boy. He's sick. Right, Stinker?
Yeah. I got your wallet.
Okay. Is money still in there?
Yep.
Okay, good job.
Mom.
All right, let's go to some questions here, some comments here. Sarah, methodology is to rely on God, not on the exorcism or person for the. Yes, exactly. We when we do something like that, we're not relying on God. We're asking God, Jesus, to work through us. Okay. We're Jesus works through us to cast the devil out, but praying helps. Praying, I mean, you have to pray during it. It's it's a given. Anthony says, devil enjoys taking things from you, but nothing can be taken from you. If God gave it to you, would that saying be true? I don't know. It's possible. I mean, listen. Free will. You choose to be a Satanist. That's on you. You can't blame anybody for that. I hear all these Satanists all the time. There's actually a podcast on Spotify called Hell Satan. Yes, I was listening to it at work because I was curious to see what they had to say. And they blame their parents for being Satanists. Oh, my parents didn't love me enough, or my parents never got me that money. Or, it's ridiculous. Nobody, you don't choose, they don't choose you. You choose to do it. That's what free will is. People like Bob Larson are dangerous and predatory for those who are in a vulnerable situation. Exactly, Sarah. Exactly. It's you took the words right out of my mouth. You're going to see it in a minute. I have some videos to play. I was trying to get it to play here, but something with my computer and being stupid, and I don't know. Lucky it hasn't gotten tossed through a wall yet. It's taking advantage of people who are in the. Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't know. I come from a different way of doing things. I tried to upload the file to StreamYard, but it didn't work. It hasn't been working lately, so that's why I've been having to share the screen. Why did you want to do this show? Why do I want to do this show? Because I want to make sure that people are getting the help that they need. Okay. People like Bob Larson take advantage of somebody. In fact, I've seen a lot of testimonies that people say they're delivered and they go home and then the entity back. Okay. So Bob Larson didn't do anything, or anybody who did the person who did the deliverance didn't do anything. Hang on a second here. Let me just change this. But I do this because I care. If you don't know, my background is my 20s, 30s, most half my 30s. I was a firefighter and an EMT, so I've been helping people my entire career, my entire adult life, and that's what I've done. And God has called me to do this work. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. You look at my career. There's times I should have been dead. I had roofs fall on my head, trees fall on my head, almost gotten hit by cars, almost crushed between a car and ambulance one time. I mean, it, you can't refute it. So that's what my background is. Yes, sir. What are the qualities that a person should look for someone wanting to get help? Well, I mean, everybody's different. Isolation. If the person isolates themselves, or they're depressed. Depression is a big one. Um, there's a lot of them. It's depression. I already said that. Self harm. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't really think right now, but um, why way churches are today, I do not see much of the Holy Spirit teach into the church. Oh, trying to find somebody to intervene. Yes, Anthony, you are correct. That's why the Order of Exorcists exists. Okay, so if you need help, you can contact. Let me find it. You can contact me. With websites are kind of iffy. Contact me on Facebook. All contact information is on Facebook. New Jersey Ghost Detectives, Order of Exorcists. All the links are at the bottom of the screen here. But if you're out of New Jersey or out of my area, contact theorderofexorcist.com and send an email to the bishop, and he will send an email out to email blast to all of us, and somebody will contact you. Excuse me. Yeah. Basically, what you want is somebody who's real, somebody who's going to give it to you straight, somebody who's not going to take your evidence and throw you up throw your evidence up on Facebook. No, I have not. And the exorcism in Rome. I live in New Jersey, so half my paycheck goes to our governor's pockets. Not to get political or anything, but So, fortunately, I don't have the luxury of doing that right now. At least not yet. I got to hit the lottery to do that. I would like to go to Rome if I could. But all right, let me go back to sharing the screen here, because I'm going to go back to Bob Larson and what Matthew 10:8 says. It says, "Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, give." So anybody that charges for this, and there's one exception. That's Reverend Bill Bean. Okay. I know he charges, but he does this for a living. Okay. He will get up at the drop of a coin, the drop of a hat, to travel to you to help you. Okay. So it's more of like a donation for his travel expenses. Okay. Now we do accept donations too. I'm not gonna lie, we do accept donations, but I don't ask. I don't ask for them. So, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. So Bob Larson is in violation of Matthew 10:8. I'm gonna stop screen there. So if you're gonna go to a Bob Larson conference or contact him, listen, be careful. I can't express it enough. Be careful. So, all right. Now we're going to go to YouTube here, share. And here is the original video. Maybe. Yes, I have a whole list. Sometime today would be nice. This is the video I was watching when I found it, which reason why I did this. I don't know what is going on here. Halloween party for kids. This will ever play. There we go. You know what Bob actually says during his deliverance.
Boy, if you don't get.
I did not put this together.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Pastor Frederick here, back with another video. Have you ever heard of an exorcist? Have you ever seen the movie The Exorcist? I saw the movie and it scared me out of my mind. But smoke and mirrors, dramatization. I didn't think any of that stuff was real. But apparently there is a life exorcist named Bob Larson. He claims to be the real deal. Now, Bob Larson is one of those guys where if you listen to his videos, if you watch his deliverances or his exorcisms, it's clear that this guy is a fraud. It's clear that this man has an agenda. And his agenda is to appear bigger than what he is. Ministers, they do not submit, they're not subservient to Christ, they don't defer to Christ in any of these deliverances. They heap unto themselves all of the authority, all of the glory, and they convince people that they are the solution to their deliverance.
I want to speak to the Palestinian party. Let me introduce myself. Look at me, spirit. Get your head down and look at me. Give me my Bible, please. Get your head down and look at me.
When, as a pastor, we should be pointing people to Jesus. He is, as ministers of the gospel, we facilitate and we help them reach Christ. And if it's Christ's will, he will deliver them, but it's not up to us. It is not up to us. And this is my primary problem with Bob. Deliverance ministers, it's a little secret trick that you're not really aware of. It's like magic. If you don't know how magic at a hand, you're going to be impressed by the smoke and mirrors. You're going to be impressed by all of the antics. They're going to throw you off with the antics, but you're going to miss the trick. You're going to miss what's going on behind the curtain. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about something called suggestibility. Suggestibility is what deliverance ministers specialize in.
Who spoke to you during Thomas's exorcism? He's drawn some of his demons. Who actually spoke to you during that exorcism?
Well, the evil spirit spoke through him and talked about how his ancestors had performed these terrible blood sacrifice rituals, which had given them his possession.
And you said you actually started generations?
That's what they claimed, yes.
Do you ever worry about there being a high degree of suggestibility in what you do? Because when I was watching with him, and then he started kind of slithering and hissing.
certain responses or to deliver. You see, suggestibility works on people who are gullible. Those are the types of people that individuals like Bob Larson and many others they look for. These people are also vulnerable. They're vulnerable because they may have real physical ailments. They may have true sins that they're wrestling with, things that they're really going through, and they need some type of alleviation. They need some help. They need some deliverance. So they look to deliverers. They look to the Bob Larsons and the Isaiah Saldivar's and the Alexander Paganis and the Marcus Rogers. They look to these people to deliver and save them because they're truly vulnerable. But they don't look to Christ. And these people are doing these individuals a disservice. What do I mean by that? Well, they ask, what is the name of the spirit?
Who are you? What's your name? What's your name?
My name
Is? What is it?
My name is
What?
My name is my name is my name is Shiva.
So how did Shiva get there? What does she do? Yoga? Meditation? Ajita? That's quite a feat to get into somebody of Middle Eastern descent.
What is the name of the spirit? So when you tell them the name of the spirit, they then formulate words to say to that person to get them back with another phrase or another catchphrase or another word to just get this ball rolling, so to speak, in terms of getting this person to quote unquote be delivered, when in actuality they're just motion is what they're communicating to the deliverance minister, and what the deliverance minister communicates back to the subject. They create this illusion of deliverance.
My name is
What?
my name is my name is my name is Shiva.
But it's just pure suggestibility. This is called behavior modification or behavior training. They're training these people subconsciously.
Now he could also be whispering in her ear what to say as well, too. Just keep that in mind.
To act as a bird, but they're really not being delivered. In fact, they're being conned. They're being bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray. These people are not being delivered from the stuff they're dealing with.
You say that it's $495 for an in-person encounter,
That's correct.
$395 for a Skype.
Correct.
This is different than the prices that I read. I read it right off his website. I don't know where they got this, but I'm not worried about it. It's the point he charges. Charges an outrageous fee for this stuff. So,
And $295 for phone.
Correct.
So you can do an exorcism on the phone?
Well, it's not as
you hear the
good as
people laughing in the background.
in person, but
Yeah.
best. But we do what we can because some people can't make arrangements to travel to see us.
Boy, if you don't get
I don't know what's worse, paying this guy for deliverance. This is the pinnacle of nonsense. This is the pinnacle of blasphemy. This is what these guys do. These guys are making money off of people, quote unquote, will. You're not going to be delivered. If it is God's will, you will be delivered. But that is not up to Bob Larson. That is not up to Isaiah Saldivar. That is up to Jesus Christ himself. That is not up to me. Authority, absolutely. Do I believe we have authority over the demonic forces? Absolutely. But do I believe we can will manifest someone's deliverance? Absolutely not. That is not up to us. That is up.
That's it. So there you have it. Now, there's other videos too on here. There we go. I'm back. So yeah, I'll get back to your comments in a sec here. Might want to say a prayer. His prayer does not hurt. No, it does not. You know, prayer never hurt anybody. There's a problem right there. I'm not sure what you mean, Sarah, by that. This one here, if you're still on, please. You gotta love it. I'm plugged directly into the router, and it still runs slow. I don't get it. I really don't. Just if you can, if you're still here, Sarah, just clarify that. But yeah, you know, there's so many people that want to be possessed. I see it all the time, and you know, so they go, I won't do anything on them if I feel that it's not warranted. So they'll go to somebody like Bob Larson or, you know, a Catholic preacher, and I'm not going to say, you know, there's charismatic preachers are a little different in my eyes. They don't, you know, they have their own way of believing and stuff like that. But I look at it this way: as long as you're worshiping Jesus and not Satan, it's fine, you know. But I don't agree with the way they do some deliverances. And the way that they help, because they also, and I'm not picking just on Bob Larson here, but here is Isaiah Saldivar talking about signs you might have a demon. No, that's not the one. All right, hold on a second. I don't think I shared the screen. Yeah, let me go back to add the stage. Go back and play. All right.
You might have a demon living inside of you. Number one is dominating or intrusive thoughts. If you're getting thoughts you didn't create and you don't want and they won't go away, it's probably a demon. Number two, a dark countenance. I used to have a dark countenance before I got delivered. It's a major sign you might have a demonic spirit. Number three, hearing a voice speaking in third person. If something is saying we should go do this or I'm going to do this, it's probably a demon talking to you. Number four is reoccurring nightmares or night terrors. If you find yourself having nightmares or night terrors constantly, it might be a demon living on the inside of you. Number five is irrational fears or phobias. If you have irrational fears that make absolutely no sense, it's something you should not be afraid of. It might be a demon bringing the fear. If you want to know more, click the video linked in the comments.
Hold on. That's a whole other video right there. But it's not wrong. Isaiah Saldivar is not wrong. It's delivered is because delivering it that way, people. Unfortunately, people like Bob Larson. God, I don't know why this is running so slow tonight. Probably because I'm sharing this. I mean, you wake up, you open your eyes, you get a demon with them, you know. So, belief wise, it's different. And but I believe they're doing it in the wrong way. Because, you know, state this or whatever he said. You know, I'm at a loss for words. Everything is full. I mean, I'd show you my email, but I'm not, I'm not sending that out over the air. So, but it's, I mean, I get calls all day. My phone constantly rings. And so, it's the home control thing does not belong in exorcism. When I do one, I want to know how the demon got in, or excuse me, how the entity got in, because it's not a demon. I want to know how the entity got in, and I'm looking for different signs as well. I mean, a good one is, when you walk in 5 minutes out. So that's a good one. But I want to know how it got in, date and time of departure. So I'm going to try and disconnect here. Let me just find one second. All right. Now we're going to go straight on straight Wi-Fi. So if I lose everybody, I apologize, but it's, I don't know. Nope, that made it worse. Hang on, let me plug this back in. As a form of psychological therapy. All right, that's a good question. Like schizophrenia, dissociative identity disorder, anything like that. I believe the psychological problems would go away. I will not. No exorcist will do it. That's one of our protocols. Is we have to. Unfortunately, I'm not that techie. Sorry, Sarah. We have protocol work and stuff. We'll investigate, but as far as that goes, as far as deliverance, there's no psychological issues. On me, the first night we were there, I did not have those reports, and I did not know. There's no issue, so I sent it up the chain. I'm not that techie. Anthony says to me, yeah, but you can go to confession. Go to confession and confess your sins. Go to mass. Receive the Eucharist. No, it won't work in case of schizophrenia because you can add an altar. You can cause You can cause more problems. So I mean it's you just got to be careful when you're doing this stuff. You can't just jump into deliverance or an exorcism and expect the person to be fine because I mean I have a case. I have a case where there's literally no sign of anything paranormal there at all, but yet she wants an exorcism. Well, I'm not giving her an exorcism, and even her, I spoke to her therapist a couple times, and we both agree that it would be more harmful to her if we did anything. Even if we did a paranormal investigation, it would be harmful to her. So it's I'm looking out for the client as well. I'm going to try and play another video here. Let me add this back to the stage. Not going to get to play all of them, but there's one I wanted to. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? He actually does a video about mind control within Christianity. Maybe if we have time, I'll play that. This one says, this is Bob Larson exposed on Fox 6 News. Okay. And these are not my videos. I found they're on YouTube.
Exorcisms, once mainly performed by Catholic priests, were usually
Yeah,
done
well,
for
they should be.
baptisms. As
Well, they should be done.
Sherry Palmieri reports, one evangelist says he has performed thousands of them. Take a look.
Of Almighty God, torment, pierce you. Look at me, Satan. Get up and face the judgment of God. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Look at that lady's face.
Get out of the way and just let the evil be there.
June Kim came to one of Reverend Bob Larson's seminars for an exorcism.
Who are you? Who are you? Your name? Murder, huh? Well, get up, murder.
The 35-year-old, who was repeatedly molested as a child by a family friend, says demons have tormented her for years.
Well, that happened to her.
Rage would come out of my being. It's just not normal. I just hated being inside.
The biggest cause of demonic possession in the Western world is sex.
It has a lot to do with it, yes.
50% of the people we deal with have been sexually abused, mostly women. How many generations murdered? How many? How many? How many?
The history of exorcisms goes way back 2,000 years ago to the origins of the Catholic Church.
In those days, this was more often was true in the time of Jesus. Possession was used for any sort of phenomenon that people didn't understand. Somebody who had an epileptic fit, for example.
What's the link to the molestation? Did somebody molest somebody? Did somebody molest somebody?
There you go, suggesting.
Yes or no, you can speak. Answer.
The Diocese of San Diego refused to talk to Fox 6 about this topic, saying they didn't want to participate in anything that might cause them embarrassment.
I think there's some division. I think there are very conservative Catholics who believe very literally in demonic possession, and there are many more liberal Catholics who think the devil is evil for the evil that comes from our own hearts.
A bishop has to approve Catholic exorcisms. Catholics say they're extremely
Yes, they do.
rare and are done in private.
Yes, they are.
But Reverend Bob Larson has led the Protestant community pioneering a return to exorcism among non-Catholics. He's performed more than 6,000 exorcisms.
No,
and
he has
in
not.
Public.
I'm a little alarmed by that because it can create this. That's true.
Come out! Oh! Go! Out. Come on, tell this thing where to go.
But Larson believes as much as 50% of the population is demonized. He says that's why public exorcisms are important.
As we work people through their issues, they're
That could
talking
be true.
publicly about their
I
sexual
don't know the actual
orientation
numbers.
for the first time.
But
And that encourages others who feel so ashamed to talk about their issues to come forward and get help.
When it was all over, how did you feel?
Light. Very light. There was something heavy that just left me, and I was just in complete peace. It's just an awesome feeling. I just knew that God was there and the demon was not.
Sherry Palmieri, Fox 6 News.
Your ministry is paying for this beach room.
now this part is interesting. Watch out.
Reverend Larson claims that he is not profiting by doing these exorcisms, but Fox tonight's newscast at 10:45, we will reveal what we uncovered.
Monday at 10.
So you already heard how Larson claims he exorcised demons. But while Fox 6 was preparing the story on his exorcisms, serious questions came up about his finances. We asked Fox 6 News investigative reporter John Mattis to take a closer look.
Get out, Satan. You're not wanted. You're not welcome.
The Bob Larson ministry is funded by contributions.
Did you say I murder?
But for several years, Larson's been dogged by questions of his finances and how they relate to his ministry.
Representing the devil.
And sat down with him to ask him about those allegations. Do you want to look at them? The records signed by him show he received $142,000 in compensation and $28,000 for his pension. But he says it went to other things.
The documents that you have indicate compensation that's given for expenses to take care of the travel and for other living expenses.
So this is for your travel?
Part of that is for travel, yes.
He says his compensation covers his travel, but we found another part of the report that says the ministry paid for travel expenses. We asked, then what about the $186,000 in the same document that's for travel?
How's that one?
Seen documents on divorce, so we asked.
Oh, and he's divorced.
You were a millionaire?
No.
You weren't a millionaire?
No.
He said it was
You
all.
think about that one, huh?
It's one individual who actually made up financial
He
documents.
made it up. Why would they do
So
that?
in your divorce proceedings, you didn't have $1.4 million in property.
That's possible at that time. I mean, we're talking about over 15 years ago.
Wait, so you were a millionaire then?
I don't really remember what the status was.
He
at
keeps
that
digging
particular
himself a
We
deeper and
also
deeper
asked
hole.
him
Right?
about his 2 cars, paid for by his church. $100,000 according to your own tax records.
And a family of 5 children requires something more than a small automobile.
We then want one more thing, spending $24,000 a year on food. But whose? Is this the homeless you're feeding for $24,000 a year, or is it you? I mean,
You know, I agree. I'll be happy to answer questions, but these are gotcha.
No, they're not.
final question. I mean, the ministry's treated you well financially.
You know, that's one of those
Busted.
questions like, when did you stop beating your wife? It's not a fair question.
You're
No, it's
asking
not.
the public to donate.
Mhm.
Don't you think the public deserves to know where the money goes?
Absolutely.
So that's all we got. However, he did insist we tell viewers.
I draw no salary from the organization.
Okay,
Look at the
That's
evil
all
in
I've
his
done.
eyes.
And you make sure you put that on TV.
we did. John Mattis, Fox 6 News.
It would not surprise me if that man has a demon himself or is possessed. Yeah. Seriously. That's a whole night. So let's get to comments here. Because it doesn't go on these videos. Anthony says these videos are great information on the subject, but remember that these just one point of view. Use your free will. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, use your own judgment. I mean, look, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you I know. So I'm just putting it out there that I don't want people to get hurt. That's it. You know, I see a lot of people, they get hurt. I've actually had people that have gone to deliverance sessions and they don't get delivered. And he also says, we can work off our sin, but when weighted down by life, prayer, or having someone pray for you can help. Yes, it can. Prayer says, whether it's God or the devil, it seems that humanity is used as pawns in between. Yes. Actually, in fact, I watched, or I should say I listened. I listened to a pretty good video, and I will have to find it. Give me 1 second here. I know I sent it to my wife and my father-in-law. So let me see. Here we go. Okay, so on YouTube, I'm not gonna go to it because we're an hour here. But on YouTube, there's a video from End Times Productions. I know they're not paying me. It's called "Fallen Angels Are in Control of America." Okay, I suggest listening to this because it makes a lot of things clear as far as biblical goes, and between that and the things that are happening in the U.S. But that's why you have gift of free will to choose. Yeah, that is. But you also have to use the gift of discernment as well, and discern whether you have to. I'm gonna stop this. Stop sharing. Maybe that's why. You have to use the gift of discernment when looking for somebody to help you. If you go to the church and the church doesn't want to help you, which is what happens. That's what the Order of Exorcists is for. The Order of Exorcists has been around for what am I 30 for 40 something years, maybe longer than that. Bishop, if you're in here, comment please. So you want to do something like that. The Order of Exorcists is global. Is global. Okay, so we're around the country, we're around the world. Whoever's close to you will handle your case. And you gotta let us do our job, because you're not going to, just get an exorcism right off the bat. We don't just do that. It's not what happens. We do the investigation. We look at the report, the psych report, and the physical report, and if we feel the need to send it up the chain to the bishop, then we will. If not, we'll figure something else out. I've solved many cases without exorcism. Okay, without an exorcism, without even doing anything other than removing an object that was haunted. That's how I ended up with a whole storage unit full of haunted objects. And again, if you have an object that you think is haunted, so you can send it to, I don't know if I have the address here or not, but no, I don't. In fact, I'm going to put that up there. You can send it to me at my P.O. box here, or I should say the church's P.O. box. P.O. Box 201, Highbridge, New Jersey. Come on. Computer, my fingers don't want to work tonight. New Jersey, 08829. All right. So, if you have something that you think is haunted, you can send it to P.O. Box 201, Highbridge, New Jersey, 08829. Okay, and I will gladly accept it. But if you do send me something, send me like a little bio with it, why you feel it's haunted, and we'll investigate it on here. We've done it before. So but there's plenty of cases that don't end in exorcism. In fact, I have a goal that I don't want to do an exorcism on everybody for that reason. What are your thoughts on topics? The beast within. That with every person there is a beast. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me just see here. I missed this from Sarah. Free will and submission to God is what calls humanity. Yeah. All right. So we're going to Anthony. Listen, everybody has issues. We're human. That's what confession is for. It's just how you choose to handle it, and how you choose what you choose to call it. I mean, I get angry. I'm not gonna lie. I get angry. I sin. I'm a sinner. I have a trucker's mouth. I drive a truck for a living. That comes out of my mouth constantly during the day. So, that's one of my confessions. When I go to confession every week, and But it's how you choose to harness it. If you choose to be loud and obnoxious and all that, then yes. But all right. So, um, we approach the end of the show, which wow, that went by fast. Again, next week we're gonna be in Cape May. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do a show or not. I know we're gonna go live at some point, one of the days. So if you're interested in meeting me, as well as the rest of the team, grab your tickets at Marquis de Lafayette or marquiscapemay.com, I think it is, or just Google Marquis de Lafayette. That's probably the easiest way to do it. And grab your room, use code GHOST, and we're going to have some fun. Okay. We're going to have some fun. Like I said, with a donation to the team, you're gonna get the whole bottle of holy water. You're gonna get to investigate some of the haunted items that we bring down, as well as you're going to get the evidence that we collect as well. That's gonna take a little bit of time, but you will get it. All right. Thank you for the presentation. Thank you for hanging out, Sarah, and Anthony, and anybody else that I missed. But K-May, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do a show or not. We may not. I don't know. So I will let you know during the week, but I'll definitely see you guys sometime over the weekend because we're gonna be live at some point. So, all right, everybody, stay safe and God bless.